Well, hello there, and welcome to our introduction to the TubeBuddy Keyword Explorer tool. This is our tool that allows you to do research on keywords and help you get in front of audiences who are looking for specifically the type of content that you are making. My name is Stanley Orchard. I am the Community and Engagement Support Specialist here with TubeBuddy. I've been using these tools for a very long time, and I'm very excited for the opportunity to get to walk you through this tool. I'm going to show you where to find it. I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to show you what all the numbers and everything mean. And I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks along the way so that you can best utilize that tool to help change the trajectory of the growth of your channel and the performance of your videos. Let me get started by pulling up my own personal channel here, and I will show you first where you can find that tool. After you have downloaded the TubeBuddy browser extension for your computer, you're going to see that in the YouTube Studio dashboard here, you're going to have these TubeBuddy menus. To find the Keyword Explorer, you're going to go to our main menu for the TubeBuddy tools. And right here under this tab, Tools, you will have the popular tools here, and the Keyword Explorer is going to be number 1. Let me give you a deep dive on this tool and what everything means. You're going to start off by entering a keyword here. Since I do fishing videos, fishing, video, YouTube, it's real simple. As you can see here, there's a lot of information on this. The very first thing, and the most important thing to be aware of, is that this overall gets a poor score. It gets 17 out of 100. The amount of search volume is first here. And this reflects that there is a good amount of search volume. There are people who are finding this term in search. There is also, however, a lot of competition. There's a lot of videos that are based on fishing video YouTube. They have that term in their metadata. That's going to be a lot of videos that I'm going to have to compete with if I am targeting this term with my video. The optimization strength is not as relevant as it used to be. We continue to show that on the Keyword Explorer. However, what that is it's a reflection of how well optimized these videos are for search. So typically you are going to see that the optimization strength is going to be really strong like that. You are going to have some authority for the terms you are researching. So that information is far less important now than it used to be. Just wanted you to understand what that means and what that is. We're not going to be looking too deep into that one. Now these numbers here, the number of videos and search results, that's pretty self-explanatory. There are 187 million videos on the YouTube platform that contain fishing video YouTube in their metadata. On top of that, there are 35,800 people per month who are searching this term on YouTube. That gives us some really good insight into that search term because it lets us know that people are searching for that term. There's a lot of them. Almost 36,000 people are physically searching for that term. Now, again, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people who already made videos about it, and that's why the overall score for that term is so low, is because there's so much competition. It would be hard for us to get a foot in the door for that term. It's not to say it's impossible, but it would be difficult. We're going to look at our channel versus the top ranked videos on YouTube. Of all of the videos that physically rank for this term, not the 187 million total, but the ones that are ranking in search. When you go and type in search, the ones that are at the top of that list of videos that is going to show up, the average number of views for one of those videos is 601,000 views. That's the average for the top ranking videos. This is good to know because it shows us how many people we can get in front of in search if we were to be able to rank for that term. If we really nailed it with a really good video, we are 100% optimized for this specific term, we will be getting in front of about 36,000 people per month. Typically, the average number of views that a video that ranks for this term can expect to see is about 600,000 views. But there's more information that we need to know other than just how many views we can expect to maybe be able to see with that, how many people are going to see it. The next bit of information right here is the lowest of the top ranked. So what that means, of all of the videos that actually rank in search for this term, the video with the lowest amount of views has 4,000 views. That is a barrier for entry. It lets us know how many views we need to expect to be able to get in order to bump our way into the ranks for search for this term. How many views are you getting on your videos in comparison? If you look right here, it'll show you of the last 5 videos that you made, 583 videos. That's in about a 14-day time span. And that's important to know because it lets me say, okay, so I'm averaging about 583 views. I need to get about 4,000 views in order to rank for this term. A little tip on this is, yes, this is something that I can physically do. I need to make a video that's, going to perform 8 times better than what I average. So I know that I've got to make a really good video. It is physically doable. I can take a look at these numbers and I can know exactly what it takes in order to do that. What I can also see, let's say I've never been able to get 4,000 views in 14 days. This is just too competitive for me. What we can do is then do some keyword research and see what are the other things that people are typing. You have these related searches over here. These are the things that people who search for this, they are also searching for this, and they are finding videos about this. They're clicking about videos about this as well. These are things that people will physically type, and it makes it less competitive, generally speaking. So let's see how that turns out. As you can see, it went up. I've got a higher score. The other one was a 17 out of 100. Now we've got a 48 out of 100. There is not as much traffic, but there's also not as much competition for this term. There's not as many people that are targeting this. Only 83 million videos out there as opposed to that other one that had 80 million. The average amount of views for the top ranking videos for this term, 400,000 as opposed to 600,000, but I would only need to earn 1,600 views in order to get my foot in the door on this term. One of the valuable uses of this tool is so that you can compare these different terms to see which ones are more viable for you. Maybe you don't mind that it is a more competitive term because you know you have a really good video that you're about to put out and you know that you can get 4,000 views in that first 14 days. Maybe you want something that is a little bit safer, like this second term, and you want to find those terms that are less competitive. They might have less traffic, but they're less competitive, and they will allow you to get that foot in the door. They will allow you to at least gain some authority on these terms so that you can begin ranking your videos in search and you can get a few views off of those. Now, there's another thing you need to take a look at with this, however. We have our 83 million videos in search results that are targeting this term. However, if you'll notice right here, monthly search estimate is insufficient data. On the prior search term that we were looking at, that was 85,000 views per month, but this one's returning insufficient data. When you see insufficient data, what it means is that there are less than 50 people per month who are actually searching this term. They don't track the data on search terms that are searched less than 50 times per month. When you come up with a term that is seen less than 50 times per month, you're going to get a return of insufficient data on here. But that brings up the question then, why is this a good term? Why did it get a higher score? Even though this search term is not being searched as much, it is still being seen by a good amount of people. What they're basically doing is they're typing something different and they are finding one of these 83 million videos out there and they are clicking on those videos. It's a peripheral search term. That means that this may be a viable option for you. Not as many people are searching for it, but there's far less competition. And this might be an opportunity for you to be able to gain some authority on some of these other keyword phrases because of that lack of competition. All of this information that we're seeing right now is all based on a weighted score. This information caters specifically to my channel. The amount of competition that's out there versus the amount of authority that I already have. I have created 500 fishing videos on my personal channel, so I have a lot of metadata that reflects that this is what my channel is about. That's the weighted score. Let's take a look at the unweighted score. As you can see here, that score changed. In fact, in this case, it went up. It's saying that this is a better score. What's happening here? The unweighted score is a reflection of how that term is on YouTube in general. So for any channel out there, without taking into context anything that has to do with your channel, that's why the score changed. Now, what's interesting about that is that the score went up. I have made 500 videos about fishing videos on YouTube. And after considering this information, this data specifically about my channel, it's saying that my score when compared to my channel is lower than if we just look at the general channel on YouTube. A general channel on YouTube stands a better chance of ranking for this keyword phrase than my specific channel does. This is actually a bit of a unique circumstance, and one of the reasons that there is value in the Keyword Explorer. I honestly didn't know this information until I started pulling this up, and now that I see it, it's a great example for me to show you one of the ways that you can go about improving your channel using the Keyword Explorer. I have a lot of authority for information regarding fishing on Padre Island, saltwater fishing, beach fishing, offshore fishing, and all of that stuff. I don't have a lot of authority for a fishing video YouTube channel. I don't have as much authority for this fishing term. And what I see with that is that this is an opportunity. This is a chance for me to begin building authority for a term that has a lot of traffic. There are a lot of people searching for it, and I should begin including this metadata in some of my videos in order to build authority on that term. Another thing that you need to look at with the Keyword Explorer that a lot of people tend to neglect. This is the summary score for this specific term and a breakdown of the traffic volume, the competition, number of videos and searches, other opportunity terms, and the interest over time. But let's take a look at the results tab here. This is a very important aspect of keyword research. This is going to show you all of the top videos that are ranking in search for this term. This is an opportunity for us to see the trends that people are following. These are the thumbnails and titles that people are using on their videos. And you can scroll through here and you can see that some of these, like that's a really dramatic one. I'm sure that Black Tip H is getting a lot of views on that one. I kind of tend to see with this just right off the top of my head. So there's a lot of blue thumbnails. I have an idea now, looking through these search results, I can see what people are doing. And now I have a really good idea of what I need to be doing in order to compete with these other videos. I can see the type of thumbnail that I need to make in order to fit in with that search, but more importantly, I know the type of thumbnail that I need to make in order to stand out against these guys. I'm going to look at things like the color scheme. Are the colors in these thumbnails all the exact same? They kind of are. They're muted. There's a lot of blue. If I was to make a red thumbnail, it's really going to stand out against all of these other guys. Of course, I need some dramatic imagery. I can see the images that I'm up against. I know that I'm going to need a really awesome looking fish. I'm going to need maybe some splashy text. I want to do something that stands out and that is different than the rest of these guys. Once I have completed my keyword research and I have an idea of like, okay, this is going to be the term that I want to target, and I am ready to implement this keyword phrase into my video, or it's a project that I want to work on in the future for a future video, I can go down to this action right here, and I have the opportunity of adding this to the TubeBuddy topic planner, so that way I will have this saved for myself in the future so that I can spend a little bit more time in the topic planner formulating the title and the thumbnail and the script for the video. I can optimize this in SEO Studio. If I want to target this search term and I am on my specific video that I want to implement this search term for, I can go to the SEO Studio right here and it's going to plug that in, and it's going to show me exactly where I need to plug in this term so that we are 100% optimized for it, giving YouTube a laser focused idea that this is what this video is about and these are the people that this video needs to be served to. Maybe I don't have that ready to go just yet. I can also copy it to the clipboard, or I can create a tag list like one of these ones that I've created here, and I can add it to one of these lists or create a new list if I need to do so. So that is our introduction to the TubeBuddy Keyword Explorer. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing an entire series of these deep dive videos on all of our tools, how to use them, and the tips and tricks as to how to perform better and how to get more out of these tools. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Hope you have a wonderful day.